Hey everyone, Wags here from Eagle Dynamics. Our next step for the Viper will include methods to check and update the location of steer points within the navigation system. This will include fix taking from the FIX DED page and altitude calibration from the A-CAL DED page. For this first video, we'll discuss fix taking. If you have a long flight in which you may encounter navigation drift, it's a good idea to have some geographic landmarks along the way to act as fix points to update the location of your steer point accuracy. Let's get started. Okay, so first let's take a look at fix. And up on the ICP at button 8 we have the fix button. We'll press that. And now on the DED we can see fix on the top line. Now also on the top line we see the method of calibrating the fix location. By default, first we have the overfly option, or O-fly, but we can hit the sequence button and we can cycle those between FCR, fire control radar, the heads-up display or the HUD, the TGP or the targeting pod, and then circles back to overfly. Below that on line 2 is the steer point, whose location that we're going to be calibrating in case we feel that steer point position has drifted off. And below that is the delta, and that's simply the position location of the steer point currently in the navigation system versus the calibrated location that we're going to be creating using one of these methods. And below that we have the navigation system and GPS accuracy, and these are both high because we just started this mission. Up on the HUD, we're going to make that our sensor of interest, or SOI, and to do that we're going to go up on the display management switch, or DMIS switch. And we can see that with the asterisk up here in the corner. And now I'm going to unpause, and I'm going to first fly past this first indication, this diamond, which is the current location that we believe steer point 1 is. But let's say instead we've been flying a long mission, and in fact that steer point 1 should be at the next bridge. So what we're going to do is, once we overfly that second bridge, I'm going to hit TMS, or target management switch forward, to calibrate the steer point 1 to that new location. So unpause. So current steer point 1 directly ahead, but again we're going to assume that this location is quite a bit off now. Up ahead is the second bridge, and that's going to be the true location of this example for steer point 1. Again, right when I'm on top of it, I'll go TMS forward right about now. And now we can see a delta of 1.4 nautical miles. And if we like that, I can hit enter on the ICP to save that location as steer point 1. Done. Now next, let's take a look at using the radar to do a fix. So again, we'll go to fix on the ICP. This time we're going to go right on the Dobber switch to go to FCR. Let's bring up the radar on the left MPD. Let's go to CRM, ground map, and the current location is directly ahead of us. Let's make the FCR our sensor of interest by going down on the display management switch. And now I'll simply use the cursor to select the location where I want steer point 1 to actually be. So let's say down by this mountain here. TMS forward to set and freeze. We have a delta of 7.17 miles, and if I like that location, I'll hit enter on the ICP to save it. Now that's been saved, as well as updating the other steer points in that route. Next, we'll use the HUD to do a fix. So first, we'll go to fix. We'll select HUD as the fix taking option. HUD selected. Now I'll make the HUD the sensor of interest, or SOI, by going up on the display management switch, or DMIS switch. Now using the cursor controller, we're going to move the diamond on the HUD to the location where we want to mark steer point 1's actual location. See, right about there on the runway. Once we're happy with that, we'll hit enter on the ICP, and that new location is now saved. Now the final way to take a fix is using the targeting pod. So we'll go fix. We'll set the method, which is going to be TGP. We can see we're going to set it for steer point 1. Let's turn on the laser, bring up the targeting pod, make it our sensor of interest by going down on the display management switch. So we can see right now steer point 1 is in this town near the airfield, but let's say steer point 1 is actually supposed to be in the center of the runway. So let's put our crosshairs center of the runway. We'll go TMS forward short and make it a point track. I'll turn on the laser for a second to get a range. If everything looks good, we'll hit enter on the ICP and save that new location. So folks, that's how we do fix taking. Thank you for watching.